जिससे जिसे आपको पता है हम kinds of independent clauses को पढ़ रहे हैं. So therefore we would like to talk about the other kind of clause that's called exclamative clause. Exclamative clause. Some of the audiences might be shocked to hear the word clause with exclamative, because you might have heard the word exclamative sentence. आप लोगों ने नाम सुना होगा exclamative sentence का, लेकिन ये clause भी है. Sentence का दूसरा नाम clause है, जिस तरह कि मैंने आपसे पहले कहा था. So exclamative clause, if we look at the dictionary meaning of exclamation, so it means अपने जो जज्बात है उसको express करना, that's called exclamation. For example, somebody coming across the road might say that, with derision, कहा लगा कि अगर वो हो सकता है कि वो आपसे कहे कि look what terrible that is, for example. So that's called exclamation. Exclamative sentences, मुख्तसर मैं आप लोगों को ये बता दूं कि exclamative sentences are, or exclamative clause is an independent clause. The first thing is called that it is called independent clause. The first thing about exclamative clause is that it is an independent clause. It means that exclamative sentence does not condition upon, it is not subservient to another clause to complete the meaning of its, for example. The next thing is called, we use exclamative clauses or exclamative sentences for expressing our strong emotions, और जो हमारे एहसासात और जज्बात है उनको एक्सप्रेस करने के लिए हम exclamative sentences को इस्तेमाल करते हैं. Now, for example, I've got right here for strong emotions or feelings. जब आप अपने जो strong feelings हैं या जो strong जज्बात है उसको जब आप एक्सप्रेस करते हैं, so we use the exclamative sentences. और खासकर जब रिटन की बात आती है, when you're writing something, you have to be very careful with the punctuations or with the grammatical terms as well. You have to be very, very careful about using punctuation, especially when using exclamative clauses or exclamative sentences, for example. Now, if you are speaking to someone, अगर आप किसी के साथ बात कर रहे हैं या बोल रहे हैं और exclamative sentences को इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं या exclamative clauses को इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं, so then you have to express yourself. ठीक है? Now, for example, अगर मैं अपने दोस्त के साथ आ रहा हूँ समंदर के किनारे पे, so I will say to my friend, Khalid, oh look, how terrible is that? Your friend is drowning. For example, अगर मैं समंदर के किनारे पे आ रहा हूँ और मैं अपने दोस्त को देखता हूँ वो डूब रहा है, तो मैं अपने तीसरे दोस्त से मैं ये कहूँगा कि look, for example, look, how terrible is that? Our friend is drowning. This is what I am expressing my strong feelings. अगर मैं for example, if I've seen you after a long time, अगर मैंने आपको बड़े अरसे के बाद मैंने आपको देख लिया है, for example, so how nice to meet you, huh? So this is called the exclamative sentences. ये तो खैर, लेकिन when you are writing something, जब आप किसी चीज को लिख रहे हैं, so you cannot move your body back and forth You cannot resort to your gestures or bodily gestures. आप अपने जिस्म को इस्तेमाल नहीं कर सकते because you have to move your pen back and forth. आपने लिखना है, तो लिखने के लिए आपने क्या करना है? You have to be very very careful about the punctuations. आपने punctuation का ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा ख्याल रखना है. I would like to write down a sentence here. That's called, for example, I say, उसी sentence को मैं repeat कर रहा हूँ. For example, इसको मैंने capital लिखा. Oh, for example, this is called interjection, which we will talk about in the later videos, in the coming videos. For example, oh, यहाँ पे आप इसको ये लिखेंगे the exclamative mark, for example. कभी-कभार बाज़ grammarians ये कहते हैं, for example, Murphy ये कहते हैं कि आप यहाँ पे comma लगा सकते हैं, ठीक है? For example, हम comma लगाते हैं, Murphy को follow करते हैं. Oh, how terrible is that? For example, is that? आखिर में, for example, मैंने exclamative mark लगाया मैंने. Our friend is drowning, for example. आखिर में मैंने full stop लगाया. So you have to be very careful with the punctuation. This is called exclamative clause. Why do we call it as exclamative clause? Because oh, how terrible is that? For example, this is called how terrible is that is called the subject and it's called verb, and this is called the rest of the sentence. और आप ये भी कह सकते हैं कि this is called the subject जिसको हम लोगों ने आखिर में लिया है, and this is called the verb, and the rest of the sentence is called the extension of the predicate. For example, our friend is drowning. For example, this is called the subject, this is called the verb, and this is called the rest of the sentence, which we call the extension of the predicate, or it is called the predicate. It's called the subject, so we call it as the clause. तो इसलिए हम ये कहते हैं. अब sentence का जो pattern है वही है. For example, interjection आप भी लगा सकते हैं. For example, interjection. For example, plus subject, plus verb, plus object, or the predicate. Complement as well. आप ये लगा सकते हैं. So that's called the exclamative clause. Exclamative clause is a clause in which we express our strong feelings of happiness or sorrow. For example, if I've seen you in a very good dress, for example, if I say to you, oh, that's a very nice dress. ठीक है, मैं आपको appreciate कर रहा हूँ, अपने एहसासात को express कर रहा हूँ. That's called the exclamative sentence. But in written form, you have to be very careful. You have to be precautious. You have to take the precautionary measures before putting your pen right down on the paper. So you have to be very careful when you're writing something. So that's called the exclamative clause. Thank you.